Today, a day late in November, Julie and I are at Agua Amarga in the Cabo de Gata in Almería. Agua Amarga is the village behind me. The name translates in English to bitter water, and its name came from the fact that the water was polluted by chemicals getting into the groundwater supply from the mines further inland. Today, of course, all that pollution is filtered out and the water's as pure as you could wish for. Agua Amarga started off life as a very small fishing village. Half a dozen fishermen's houses, a few boats on the beach. It never had a harbour. It really only came to life in the 19th century, in the early 19th century, when the Industrial Revolution in the rest of Europe created a demand for iron ore. Now, iron ore had been produced here since, well, basically the Iron Age, but only in a very small way. 30 kilometres inland is a small village called Lucanina de las Torres, which had a very productive iron mine. The iron ore was dug out at Lucanina. It was first of all roasted, the first part of the process to produce iron, and the ore was then loaded into trucks and brought down here to the Cargadero at Agua Amarga. The Cargadero, up here on the cliff behind Agua Amarga, was constructed in 1835. It's all built from local stone and it's all cobbled together, but it did its job. And the iron ore came down here on its track. It was unloaded into the ore loading bays up here on the top of the cliff. It was then taken by inclined plane and cableway down into the valley. From there it was loaded onto ships that moored alongside an iron jetty. Now, it had a relatively short life. During the Spanish Civil War, the whole of the mining enterprise in this area finished, and after the Civil War, it could never be made profitable again. The last ship to sail out of here was the Bartello, which sailed in 1942. Since then, very few people have been up here, and the Cargadero has just crumbled into the ruins that you see today, but still a very valuable part of the history of this area. Anyhow, Agua Amarga grew into a small working village. Still had its fishing boats, but fishing never has been a massive occupation here, until I came here this morning and saw the lobster boys out there. There's obviously a lot of lobster being caught in this area. Anyhow, Agua Amarga went into a period of decline, and it wasn't until the late 1960s that people from Western Europe discovered the place, and they discovered a small white village with a beautiful bay, cliffs to the north and cliffs to the south, a few fishing boats, a couple of restaurants for the locals, and it developed into a holiday resort. Agua Amarga at this time of the year is very quiet. During the summer, Agua Amarga comes alive with hundreds of tourists. There are small boutiques, a couple of restaurants, a bar, everything you could wish for, really.